Hey guys, welcome to the RDR Celebrity Show, powered by Solution Center. My name is Robbie Du Rand, and welcome, episode 2, and we are so excited about it. Remember that you can subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, and like and share and comment on Facebook as well. We want you to follow, and please share this far and wide. It's a proudly local show, bringing you local, national and international celebrities from across the globe, but also focusing what happens here in Zimbabwe. And we are very delighted, very lucky. I think it's about the third interview that we've had, Campbell.
It is. I think the third one, Rob.
About the third interview we've had, and I just want to welcome Campbell Macmillan to the RDR show.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Good, man.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being with you again. It's always a pleasure.
Well, we've just got to say, when we were trying to fit in here, Campbell's guns were just blazing out of here. We were worried about our little logo that's here. But Campbell, obviously it's been a great road. Let's just talk a little bit about that. Campbell came fourth in the World Longdrives. He's the Zimbabwe champion. I'm going to go back a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your road when in your younger days.
So, Robert, kind of all started. You know, I played golf with my old man for a bit, and he was like the icon of long drive in those days, especially locally. So immediately I had someone to aspire to, and you know, at that young age, all you ever wanted to do was hit the ball like your dad did. You know,
Absolutely.
So yeah, we got on this road, and you know, as the years progressed, I hit it long, and in golf terms, was long on the course. Never did I think that you know it would be long enough for the world stage, but. You know, that's kind of where it started, and it's just progressed from there. I took some time off golf and what have you over about a 10-year period, and then got back into it, say 2 years ago or whatever, unexpectedly again. You know, which luckily enough, I hadn't lost the talent that I was given as a youngster.
Well, luckily you got into that. Obviously, becoming the Zimbabwe champion, that road to get to the long drive, and then it was the World Champs coming fourth in a field where you said, I mean, the guys are big, they're strong. I've got to say that since we last spoke to you, those guns have grown. Tell us a little bit about that road, also getting to the Worlds.
Yeah, so basically, you know, starting out winning the Zimbabwean event that we had, you know, it was more of let's test ourselves locally, and that turned out pretty well. And then went down south in between that. So before we went to Worlds, you know, I spent some time going down south just because, again, you know, more testing where I fitted in, and you know, in this long drive community. And as an amateur, within 6 months, I was the amateur champion down there in 2021. So that was like 6 or 8 months later, I would say, somewhere around there. Anyway, and you know, and then it was like a plan to get to World Championships, as my dad had done in the past, and I knew it kind of existed. Mm-hmm. You know, long drive was back in the fold after COVID and what have you. So. You know, I said, okay, well, let's give it a bash and see how we went. And we went there last year to the World Champs, and the results were there, you know. They happened.
Well, he says, let's give it a bash. He came fourth in the world. We had a golf day a couple of months ago, and Campbell stood up there in front of everyone and said, I am going to be the world champion. I promise you right now, I truly believe, I think your mindset is right. You're dedicated to the cause. Okay, so what is the next step now for you to go?
So basically, what the whole thing was, just let me take you back to the World Champs, Rob. When I got there were two events, the PLDA and then the ULD. And at that time, World Long Drive, who now owns the Long Drive events, basically, that we're affiliated to, the PLDA one, that is where some competitors competed, the others and not in the others. So it was like two mixed fields. In the beginning, I didn't do that well, but that was to my own kind of detriment. I hit balls out of the play and what have you. I hit OB sets.
Sounds like my golf.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it was also the kind of dominance of the guy standing next to me. You know, absolutely. I mean, I'm 6'3", I weigh 110 kgs, and I was the smallest guy on the practice range.
Sure.
So these guys are massive, you know, and I think the whole, you know, we landed 24 hours later, we're hitting. Anyway, there was a lot of stuff to take in, you know, and I wasn't quite prepared for it, and I didn't know what to expect either.
Daunting.
Big time.
Sure.
You know, it was absolutely massive. So then staying on a couple of weeks and then getting to the Ultimate Long Drive World Championships, that's where we competed again, and I felt more myself and got into things better, and the result coming forth there was, was where it should be, you know.
Well, I mean, coming fourth out of a field like that, I mean, and now the step up, and as you're saying, Kieran?
Yeah, so basically knowing that, you know, I was then able to look at my future and say, well, where do we go from this, you know, because that gave me a clear understanding that, wow, you know, there are so many good hitters out there, and, you know, my game had to now be raised another level or two. So, you know, we've come back and gotten onto that, and, you know, gotten the right trainers in place and some coaching and what have you. That's been inevitable, but the road from there is one goal, and that is, I know that I can be a world champion because I can compete at those speeds.
Say that again.
So I will be the world champion. You know,
it gives me goosebumps.
There. It's there, Rob. It's not an unrealistic dream, and you know, it may not be next year, may not be the year after, but I'll tell you what, it will happen. It will.
Well, we followed you kind of from the first days. I think that was the first interview you had when you were going to the World Champs. I think it was on radio. We then got back. We did 1 or 2 interviews with Campbell as well, and just to see a man go from where he was and just keep achieving his goals, that is a mindset. Let's talk about mindset for, let's say, kids out there that are watching it, or for people who are going through a difficult time. How important is mindset?
You trigger word, difficult time. You know, Rob, people that know me close by know that it has been an extremely, extremely hard road. I have had to open doors and had every door closed on me. You know, trying times at home, what have you. But that is exactly what is needed, is mental strength to get through this. And the sheer gut performance that I show myself daily to get up and just keep going is where I know getting to the World Championships is going to be the hardest bit. The day that I win a World Championship is the day that I say that will be the easiest part. That's the part that I'm going to enjoy. The World Championship is not about picking up the cup. It's getting from here to the World Championships.
Correct.
It's the road there, and it's the hardest. Coming out of Africa and going to the States is next level toughness. You got to be so tough.
Well, Zimbabwe is creating incredible sportsmen right now. I mean, you're talking about, let's look at the cricket. Craig Irvin hitting 195. I mean, it's ridiculous. You've got swimming. The swimmers are doing well. Water polo, they've just made the world champs. You know, our hockey is now going to the world champs as well. We need that support. So, you know, looking at the corporates out there, what have you got to say for someone that needs to obviously step up, or you obviously are looking at corporates as well. You have got somebody on board, but I mean, you must be really wanting to push it.
Absolutely, Rob. Look, you know, I have engaged with people that are trying to help me on the social media side and what have you, which in turn would help corporates that do come and partner with me, in my case, or other sportsmen in Zimbabweans, progressive sporting cases. But I do, and I've had videos sent out, and you know, the calling for help in this, because it is such a big ask, is massive, and it's first priority. You know, I'm looking to be in the States on the World Longdrive tour. I should have actually been there months ago, but just due to funding, it's not there yet. But you know, I always said there's a time and a place for everything, and it will happen at the right time. So yes, are we really needing the support and the help from the Zimbabwean people? 100%. And that's the next stage where I'm at to get going to actually be on the tour and show the world. The televised events are going to be coming up in August through to the end of the World Champs, which is going to be massive. You know, there are some big things happening right now in World Longdrive, which I cannot talk about, but it is huge.
Big money as well?
It is going to be. It is going to be.
He's not only going to be the world champ, he's going to be very wealthy as well. Campbell, I want to just say all the best. You know, we've stepped the step with you. Would love to see you win that. I'm telling you, I think you're closer than you think. I think with that mindset, where you're going, I think you certainly are a lot closer than you think. And I really do pray and hope that you get there quicker as well.
Thank you so much, Rob. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate all your following and backup through all of this. But yeah, it will happen, and you'll be the first to know.
Oh, well, let me tell you, the RDR Celebrity Show is about exposing athletes like this who are doing great things, as well as obviously locally, nationally, internationally on the RDR show. A big shout out to obviously Powered by Solution Center based here in Harare. It's a beautiful place. You got to get in there. All your Apple products, Apple iPhone, absolutely point. You got to get down here on Enterprise. It is incredible. See Solution Center. There's also stores across Harare as well as across Zimbabwe. Campbell, all the best. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Robbie.
Future world champion of long drive from the RDR Celebrity Show. I've just got to, can we just do that again? From the RDR Celebrity Show, I've got to say thank you for the support. Make sure to subscribe. Press the button. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that Instagram you follow and like and share on Facebook. Cheers from me. Take care.
The RDR Celebrity Show with Robbie Du Rand. Every week, interviewing local, national, and international celebrities. Proudly powered by Solution Center.